Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. So I am here with 4 decks today. I am using the Divine Oracle, the Divine Energy Oracle, I think it's called. I'm using this one for overall energy. We'll take 2 cards from here, please. Spirit, if you could drop us 2 cards for our Aquarius friends. Thank you if you have come here for the first time and clicked here and watched here. I appreciate you, and if you would like to be part of our group, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell button next to it to the right, and I will notify you when I'm uploading, and you can be part of our group here. We do have a really great group of people. All right, so 2 cards, please. Overall energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right. Okay, so first one we have is admit vulnerabilities. Now, what does it mean to be vulnerable? It means to admit that you have flaws. You know, when you are vulnerable, people around you are vulnerable. I remember, you know, being raised as a teenager. I was raised by the boomers. My parents were boomers, and you know, it wasn't a very vulnerable time for our baby boomer people. They were taught not to be vulnerable. They were taught that they should be, you know, that their children shouldn't see their flaws. And the difference in parenting now as opposed to then is that we're showing our children that we have vulnerabilities, things that we still need to work on, that we're not perfect. And I think it's really easy to connect with someone who is vulnerable. And then we have let go and enjoy. When you become vulnerable, it really does allow for you to be a better friend, a better lover, a better sister, a better brother, a better wife or husband or partner. It really does. And so let go and enjoy. Once you admit your vulnerabilities and that you are flawed, it's okay. And people allow you to be who you want to be. What we have here is shine from within. And it says here, looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, talking about vulnerability. And it's time for you to shine. It's a time for self-acceptance, for revealing your true beauty. So no matter who you are, be vulnerable enough to be vulnerable enough to be who you are. Let people see who you are. Be authentically who you are. All right, so we are using the Moonchild Tarot today, and I have already prayed over this deck, so we are going to just go ahead and ask for Archangel Michael and Samuel. If I could have my my guides and angels present, please. We do need to have the highest good for our Aquarius folks, please. All right. There we go. We start with the 3 of Wands. Shows you waiting. What are you waiting for, Aquarius? Oh, I have dropped a card, of course. Maybe you're waiting for someone who is an earth sign. And we have the 3 of Swords. 6 more cards, please. 6 more cards. 6 more cards, please. 6 more cards. Move these over here. 6 cards for Aquarius, please. We've got the 6 of Cups. We've got Strength at the center. We've got Page of Pentacles. Receiving and giving gifts. 3 more cards, please. 3 more cards. The Hermit. Two more, please. 2 more. Thank you. 10 of Swords and 5 of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. All right. So you're in a growth spurt. You're learning. You're growing. You are perhaps feeling far more spiritual. You are a better you. You are far more balanced and stable. You're happy. Things are kind of going your way right now, Aquarius. And you know, even though it seems like Groundhog Day, you're not going to rock the boat, because it feels like everything is finally on the balance and you're okay with that. So it is past, present, and future. So this is about 2 months ago, June, July, August, September, October, November. Now this will take us, you know, tell us the story of about the next, 4 months, but just remember that energies change daily. So, you know, the minor arcana here could change daily depending on your energy and the people that are in and around you. So the first place I like to start is at the heart of the matter. And the heart of the matter, no matter what goes on in this reading here, it looks like you're pretty stable. It looks like you're feeling good. You're feeling strong. So says the universe. This is major arcana. That maybe you're feeling a little fierce right now, and that's cool too. I get a really good energy off of this reading here, so I feel like there is lots of things changing for you, but they're all changing to your advantage. So I feel like the reading opens up here with the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like the Three of Wands, being fire energy, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, I feel like you were waiting for something, waiting and waiting, that you had waited quite some time for this thing. You were waiting for financial stability, and you were waiting for the ability to be able to move around, to help people, to be able to be the multitasking queen that you really love to be. And I feel like that there was a time frame where you were waiting, and as you were waiting and waiting, it was making you more and more anxious. So I feel like the Three of Swords is here, you know, swords being thoughts, communications, and connection. It was all up in your head. I feel like you made this situation far worse than it needed to be by overthinking it and giving yourself some unsatisfactory answers. So yes, the Three of Swords, you know, the Three of Swords are in the heart, but please remember that air signs are all about the mind. It's all about what's up in the head. So I feel like whatever you were thinking about was rocking your emotions. Maybe it was something that made you feel heartbroken when you were thinking about it, and I feel like you were kind of in an energy that was maybe a little reckless, maybe a little indifferent as well, indifferent to your recklessness. And I feel like you were just everywhere doing everything. But I feel like in that meantime, while you were doing everything, that maybe you were spending too much money, and you were becoming financially rocky. You know, you're becoming financially dependent, that you were waiting and waiting, you know, from check to check. But nonetheless, I think that in the current energy here, that you have come to this strength. Something has changed and shifted the energy. I believe you were given a gift here. It might have been a job or something that you were waiting on in order to bring in gifts, or be able to allow you to spend money on things like trips, things that you like. I feel like there was something that happened that you really love, that you've loved doing since you were a child. So since you can remember, you've either helped people, or you've loved music, or you know, whatever it was in your childhood that made you happy. I believe that you've brought that forward and mixed it up with strength, and you're able now to give this gift to other people, and you're able to help them find their strength as well. And so because you have been through all of this, I feel like you are the person who is able to help people with all of this as well. Now, going into the future here in the next couple of months, I see you as kind of going into hermit mode, cutting yourself off from others, thinking about where you've been and where you're going to, and thinking about how you're going to deal with whatever's coming up in the future. I think during this time, you're not really going to communicate with many people. October, November, you know, Christmas is coming up. It's really hard for some people to go through Christmas. November is coming up fairly soon. And I feel like you're going to disconnect from people a little bit. And that's because you are really trying very hard to drop your burdens. I feel like something is coming to a painful end, whether that be a friendship, a relationship, or even a way that you used to be. You might just be putting down the mental burdens that people have helped create for you. And that in doing that, you're going to have to go silent for some people. And I feel like you really need this to happen. You're willing to fight for that right to the end. You're willing to be the person who is the last man standing or last woman standing in order to be able to get the things that you need in terms of emotional stability. So looking at the Three of Wands, I feel like you've been waiting for this thing to surface from your childhood, or something that a job maybe that you wanted to do, that you felt that you were perfectly suited for, and that you've been thinking about for a very long time. The financial stability you have is because of your strength. It's because of your endurance, and it's because you were willing to drop these mental burdens that had been created for you, or even ones that you have created. I feel like your heart is no longer broken, because now you can give others the gift that you gave yourself with being mentally stable, being happy. And I feel as though that there are with the Five of Swords, that you were not going to stop until you got what you wanted. And I think that's why you're in the Sun energy right now, because you are feeling all of the benefits of the things that you have manifested are all coming to fruition now. You're feeling a bit more vulnerable. You're beginning to shine from within, and you're just enjoying a little bit more. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands clarified by the Three of Wands. There was a lot of space and time where you were waiting and waiting. I feel like it was 6 or 3, 6, 9, I believe it was like 9 months or something like that. It was quite a long time, almost a year that you waited in order to be able to get this life of yours moving and back on track again. Here we have the Seven of Cups, which tells me that all of a sudden it did come through, and you had a lot of opportunities come at you all at once, that you had been maybe applying for a bunch of jobs, and then finally they all started coming in one at a time. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here, please? Queen of Pentacles. Oops. Boxing cards, y'all. Hang on. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here, please? Queen of Pentacles, please. Queen of Pentacles is here because of the Eight of Coins. So you were working really hard, and that's what's giving you your financial stability. You've taken on a couple of those jobs, I feel, and you are working incredibly hard in order to be able to move forward financially. Yeah, you have... You've been creative in your ideas. You have said yes to some things you may have said no to in the past. I feel like you're feeling good about yourself. You're feeling sexy. You're feeling emotionally stable. I feel like you're feeling stable in love, and that if you are a mother, that things are going well on that front as well. Why is the Three of Swords here, please? So you essentially have creative stability in your life. What do we have here? The Three of Swords tells me that there was a time where you were planting the seeds of intention, and then you had to wait, and it was breaking your heart to wait. It was making you a little bit crazy. This is about, the Three of Swords is about your mind and the sadness in your mind. So it was making you sad to have to wait. And then finally you saw this opportunity, so you took it. You reached out and grabbed it and took advantage of this opportunity, like the King of Wands. And this began your healing. So you had come to a point where you had finally gotten the job that you wanted to get, and then your healing began because of you fighting. The Five of Swords here is because of you fighting and not giving up is the reason why you're moving forward now. Why is the Six of Cups here, please? Six of Cups is here because you're beginning to build your life again. I feel like things got a little bit down in the dumps, and now you're starting to build things up again, and it is making you happy. And Yep, you're back being connected to spirit. So connecting to spirit, connecting to yourself, connecting to the depth of who you are. And I think this is actually required for your job. So I feel as though you feel far stronger. Yeah, you've manifested this strength here. You feel far stronger than you used to feel because you have manifested this strength, and now you actually use it. It's part of what you use in your job. This is making you completely happy. It's what you've always wanted to do. The Three of Cups is making you emotionally happy. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? What sort of gifts are being given? Too many. Page of Pentacles, please. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, please. Page of Pentacles is here because of the Two of Swords. You finally made the decision. You made the decision that whenever the job came up, you were going to take it and you were going to run with it and you're going to help others. I feel like you may have been feeling like you were chained to being unemployed. You were chained to not being able to do the things you wanted to do, that fear was holding you back. And finally, you busted through the fear. You made the decision that you were going to give back. And that's what helped you on the road to moving forward. Why is the Hermit here in the future, please? Why is the Hermit here? Hermit is here because there may be love coming toward you, or maybe you're just getting some great stability. So this is, of course, fire power, right? It is fire energy, which is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. So you could be meeting somebody who is, you could be thinking about someone who is a fire sign. You could just be thinking, though, about having some stability, and maybe you're just thinking about, now you're married to your work, unfortunately. Now you're married to your work and you're not necessarily having as much playtime as you used to have. Why is the Hermit here, please? Hermit is here because of the King of Swords. You're talking a lot. You're speaking your truth. I have a feeling that you are helping people, speaking your truth, and this is really what you've wanted to do for work for a very long time, that you're using some sort of education that you have or some sort of a special skill that you have, and it's making you happy. Ooh. Nine of Swords is clarified by the moon. And, the Ten of Swords clarified by the moon. So I feel like you are you've got a bit of a comfort zone in being a bit chaotic in your thoughts. And it is a little bit scary to give that up. That, you've fought for something that you love a lot. Something that you've loved all of your life. But the Tower came when you realize that you could have been doing this forever, and you were the one that put yourself in a position of lack because you didn't believe in yourself, you weren't manifesting, you weren't meditating, you weren't asking for what you needed. And once you finally got on the road again, that it could be too that you fought for a relationship that didn't work out, and that kind of put you behind as well. But then you pulled out your strength and you started moving forward. And I think now that this job you love is far more important than any relationship you could have. I think it's fulfilling you on all fronts right now. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords in the reverse is about staying where you are, being where you're planted, using your knowledge with the degree that you have or the knowledge that you have, using all of that. Then we have the Knight of Cups. You, at the beginning, didn't really love it, and it was a little bit scary for you to go into this type of work. I believe, though, that it is something that at first you felt a little out of balance with, but I think you are really starting to love this. The Six of Cups in the reverse is it's more about realizing that it isn't anything from your past you needed to bring forward, but that you always had I see the red slippers clicking from the Wizard of Oz. You always had the power to go home. That's what I'm hearing. You always had the power to go home, to to be able to do the thing you knew that you wanted to do all your life, and that is helping people. All right, so let's look at some energy here. What do we have going forward for you? So I think it took you admitting your vulnerabilities and shining from within to be able to let go and enjoy, and that's exactly what this is here. And you'll find, anybody who's viewing this, you'll find that having vulnerability is something that you'll never want to let go of once you have it again. What else do we have here? What other messages do we have for our Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. Aquarius. Aquarius. Come on now. Aquarius. Thinking, Aquarius. Okay, we're going to take one from the bottom here. We have deceit. Be careful. Somebody's watching, and they don't love what you're doing as much as you do. In fact, you know, the fact is that not everyone is your friend, and that sometimes people who see you succeeding are a little bit envious and wish they were succeeding as well as you are. I do see some sort of a connection coming up that you're going to enjoy, a caring connection with with someone who could be a potential partner, someone who is either of the opposite or the same sex, someone who you're looking to be a partner with. 1 and 4 is 5, which tells me that this is going to be a quick change. Something is going to change quickly here. We have the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra, and it is time for you to speak up. If there is someone in your midst that you're really enjoying spending time with, that it is time for you to speak up to that person if you really want to have a caring connection with them. And then we have the woman holding a coin. She is willing to get into a relationship, but she's scared the same old thing is going to happen the same as last time, which is hostilities. So 6 and 2 is 8. You know, working on stability, it might take some, you know, it might take you being a little mean with somebody to get them in line, to get them on your path. But I feel like you're looking at getting into a relationship. Just be aware of this, that hostilities could be around, and it could come from friends who are watching you succeed that don't necessarily want you to succeed. Maybe they feel like it's changed you. Maybe they feel like they can't relate to you anymore. But I feel like once you get into this relationship here, that we have this connection here, you speaking up, and then we have a woman holding a coin wanting to get into a relationship, and then the hostilities come. So you could be accused of not really paying any attention to the friends that used to pay attention to you a lot when you weren't as busy as you are now. So just be sure that you're balanced, that you're admitting your vulnerabilities, sharing, shining from within, and then you can just let go and enjoy and be you. All right, Aquarius, that's all I have for you. Make sure you look down in the description. There might be some stuff there that you're missing that you might need to see. I am open for private readings, elsie@tenofcupstarot.ca, and then I do have a website as well, www.tenofcupstarot.ca. Thank you so much for coming here. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.